the focus on the midterms, we haven't had enough time to cover all of the recent news. So here with a recap is one of our writers, Amber Ruffin, in a segment we call Amber Says What?
You guys, things have been crazy. Okay, first of all, the president boarded a plane with toilet paper on his shoe, and I was like, what? Then he couldn't figure out how to close his umbrella, so he just left it on the ground. I was like, what? Then a dating website for people who love Trump came out called Donald Daters. I saw that and I was like, gross. Then everybody was like, Kendall Jenner culturally appropriated an afro. And I was like, what are you talking about? That's not an afro. This is an afro. And then people were like, stop talking like that. And I was like, yeah. But really, that's not an afro. That's a white girl who slept at her boyfriend's house and had to use man shampoo. Then people were mad about a Martin Luther King statue in Buffalo because they said it looks nothing like Martin Luther King. And I was like, how bad could it be? But then I saw the picture and was like, what? What? That guy looks nothing like Martin Luther King. You know who looks more like Martin Luther King? This guy. Then Oprah canvassed for Stacey Abrams in Georgia, and I was like, what? Can you imagine having Oprah come to your door and be like, what? Is this your house? Do you want my house? I'm sorry, I shouldn't have been in here. Come on, children, this is Oprah's house now. Then, at a Republican rally, someone from Trump's cabinet described Florida's governor election as, quote, cotton picking important. I heard that and was like, what? Oh, you know what happened today? Idris Elba was named People Magazine's sexiest man alive. And I was like, why does that sound familiar? Oh yeah, here's why. Blake Shelton was named sexiest man alive. And I was like, what happened to Idris Elba? Is he okay? That's right. I called it. And I'm calling next year's sexiest man alive, Idris Elba. And the year after that, Idris Elba. And so on and so forth until he dies, at which point he will be sexiest ghost alive. In other news, there is a Mandarin duck in Central Park and everybody is freaking out because it came from China and no one knows how it got here. But it is the most beautiful bird I have ever seen. I saw that Chinese duck and I was like, Shen Ma? Back here in America, white ladies have been calling the cops on black people for the stupidest reasons. She called 911 on a black man who was planting a community garden. She called the cops on a black guy who was entering his own apartment. And she called them on a 9-year-old child for just living. I read all that and was like, well, surely this can't get any more ridiculous. And that's when it happened. White people who were on a boat called the police on a whale! Look!
Fine. It's fine. He's right under us.
I'm out in Puget Sound, and there's 3 gray whales right underneath our boat,
Dad,
and
drive
I'm
away.
afraid that we might get flipped
Drive away.
over.
Drive
I'm really
away.
scared.
I saw that. I was like, what? You can't call the cops on a whale when you're in the ocean. You're in his house. He should call the police on you. Now, don't get me wrong. If you come downstairs and see a whale at your window, please call the police. And finally, it is the end of a very long election day. So to Democrats, I just want to say, you campaigned hard, you registered thousands of new voters, and you had a lot of firsts tonight. First openly gay male governor in history. What? Massachusetts' first black congresswoman. What? Connecticut's first black congresswoman. What? The youngest congresswoman ever. What? Texas's first 2 Latina congresswomen. What? And the first 2 Muslim and the first 2 Native American congresswomen. What? Yeah! And to Republicans, I just want to say, what? This man, Amber Says What?